You want me to put that on my todger?
This one's wife, WME dumped? Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. You remember many moons ago that this one's wife utilised the assistance of Sunshine Sachs as she sought world domination. They evidently got fed up of her narcissistic behaviour, telling people what to do, not listening to advice, and ultimately probably not paying her bills, and thus they got rid. WME as a talent agency picked up the baton that is this one's wife. Remember, their role isn't that of PR for her, but rather they're a talent agency, which means she's on their books. And if somebody comes along and says, hello, I'm looking for somebody that could send a glass eye to sleep. Yes. Someone who has the ability to send an audience into a comatose state as a consequence of using fridge magnet platitudes. Yeah. They need to be able to spout lots of word salad, lots of meaningless phrases that sound good to people who've got brains of jelly, but anybody with functioning brain cells recognises that it's a load of absolute errant nonsense. Yeah. It'd be helpful if they have some kind of royal connection also, and that they like to wear beige a lot. Do you have anybody like that? Yes, actually, we have the Duchess of Delusion. She'll be right up your street. Thus, what happens is that the talent agency is there to provide individuals should people come a-knocking. Of course, this one's wife believes that they should be there getting work for her, that they should be the ones that are guiding her upward trajectory, 1052nd rebrand. I've reported elsewhere that the relationship with WME will be strained, that they find her a laughable individual, that she regularly will be making demands of them, because as a narcissist, that's what she will do, that she will be plaguing them with telephone calls, telling them how to do their jobs, stating what she wants to do in terms of work and how they should find that for her. There undoubtedly will be a number of rather harried and fatigued agents at that agency who are sick to the back teeth of her. And it may well be the case that ultimately one day they will get rid of her, or they're just content for her to let her sit on the books because it's not costing them anything, and ultimately she will fade into obscurity and nobody will want to have anything to do with her. But there's also the possibility, of course, that this one's wife's patience with WME will run out. Narcissists are notoriously impatient individuals, because if you don't do it now, if you don't anticipate the needs of the narcissist, which you're expected to do, that makes you a bad person. You should always be understanding what the narcissist needs, even if the narcissist has been somewhat opaque about what those needs actually are. Because the narcissist is the most important person in the universe, you ought to understand and anticipate every requirement of the narcissist, and that goes for the same as WME. They ought to be anticipating all of the career moves, the needs that this one's wife has, and if they're not doing so, then that would cause them to be painted black, with the possibility that they would end up being replaced. And there's a suggestion that possibly WME have been dumped, or at least they're not as involved as they once were. Matt Wilkinson writes in the Super Soaraway Sun, "Give it a crest. Harry and this one's wife slammed for using loophole to bring back royal crest and resurrect Sussex royal brand banned by Queen. Prince Harry and this one's wife have been accused of exploiting their royal links by using their crest in a website rebrand. The heraldic coat of arms is the emblem for Sussex.com, which replaces Archwell.com. Now, the royal coat of arms is quite entertaining that they utilise, because on the right-hand side there is a squawking bird mouth open in anticipation of being fed, crown around its neck, chicken legs on display. I don't think you could have found a more apt depiction of this one's wife, and therefore it has to be said that the coat of arms is entirely accurate in that regard by having that squawking harridan upon it. It was first revealed after their 2018 wedding and has been little used since. Critics say its resurrection 4 years on from Megxit plays up to their royal links. Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliam said it is a loophole to get around Queen Elizabeth II banning their Sussex Royal brand when they moved to the US. And he said, it advertises a couple whose best future could be behind them. He blasted, "They have every right to use a coat of arms, but this involves using loopholes to effectively bring back Sussex Royal and exploit their royal status. They have caused the family tremendous amounts of damage. The only way they made money was by using their royal links on their Netflix docuseries, and Harry's buck spare. Since Charles was diagnosed with cancer, they cannot attack the royal family. But if this is the best they can do, who's giving them advice? It's rather boring. It's quite puzzling." This one's wife worked with the College of Arms on the crest designs. Of course she would do. She has to tell people how it has to be. The lion relates to the Duke of Sussex, 39, and his symbols take up the left-hand side. I suppose a lion's apt because it's a member of the cat family, and therefore is a pussy, which is what Harry is. This one's wife's Californian roots are symbolized by sun rays and a Pacific blue background. The website relaunch also refers to their Monty Shit Show base as the office of Prince Harry and this one's wife. Harry's biographer, Angela Levin, added, "They are cashing in on their royal connections that they say they hate so much. Queen Elizabeth II would be furious because they promised they wouldn't do that. They should be stopped from using a title that they spent years insulting. It's pathetic." Harry also faced claims the crest is out of date. When Charles took the throne 17 months ago, Harry became the son of the monarch rather than grandson, yet the crest coronet features 5 points for grandson rather than 3 for son. Little subtle details there. Meanwhile, and here's the crux of the matter, sources said the rebrand was not carried out with LA-based agents, WME, as had been believed. It's a small paragraph, but an interesting one to suggest that the rebrand wasn't done with them. Might it be that this one's wife just wants to do it herself? Might it be that there is somebody else that's involved, that she's looking elsewhere for this advice, and maybe there is a strain with WME? It is a almost throwaway remark in The Sun, but it might just tell us something about where the relationship has currently got to. And of course, that's not going to be a surprise when it comes to the impatient behaviours of a narcissist. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.